How's it going, YouTube? I'm always Blazing here, back with another video. Today is going to be totally different from what you guys are used to, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm basically taking a tolerance break. Yeah, I'm not quitting weed. Don't freak out. I'm not deleting the channel or anything like that. Just taking a little tolerance break, and I'll jump into the reasons why and explain basically what a tolerance break is and just kind of break it down for you. But yeah, let's jump into the video. A tolerance break, what is it? Well, basically what a tolerance break is if you've been smoking for an extended period of time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 20 years, doesn't really matter. Eventually, as a stoner, you come to this point in your life where you're like, you know what? I'm smoking a lot of dope right now. I need to, kind of cut it down or slow down a bit. So that's what I kind of noticed on my own, like for myself. Wasn't really motivated to do that much. Kind of just wanted to stay home all day and just get baked, hit dabs, and do nothing. Which is kind of like, it's fun once in a while. On a rainy day, you have nothing to do. You just want to hit dabs and do nothing all day. But if you have things to do, you want to be productive. It's like, it kind of puts a drag on everything. It's almost like you're groggy and you're like in slow motion for half of the day. But yeah, basically what a tolerance break is when you stop smoking or take a small break from, I don't know, anywhere from 1 day to a week, let's just say. And what that basically does is basically just get your body not used to THC running through it and basically lowers your tolerance level slowly over time. And then once you get back into it, you hit one toke, one bowl, one joint, you're going to be baked out of your mind. But anyways, I'm going to jump into like the personal reasons why I stopped, and I'm kind of trying to do my own research on my own body, if that makes sense. I'm going to jump into it right now. So basically, one thing I noticed that, actually, forget that. Let me start from the beginning of why I kind of started smoking weed. That could actually be a whole nother video in itself, but I'll give you a little breakdown of why and the reasons why I started. But anyways, throughout high school, everyone would be smoking and this and that. And at first I was always into sports, never really into like drugs or anything like that. So I always thought it was something that made you stupid or lazy or whatever. So I never had any interest in it. Then I seen so many of my good friends smoking it, this and that. They're like, oh, there's nothing to worry about, blah, 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 blah. And at the time when I was playing sports, I used to get headaches all the time. I'm talking like at least 3 times a week. So like I would come home from school, it's a rainy day or it gets cloudy outside, and then I would just have a huge headache. Wouldn't be able to do anything. I'd have to take like a nap or take Advil and just a bunch of shit, not really feel well. So then throughout my high school years, people kept telling me, oh, why don't you smoke a joint, this and that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you know what, what's the harm? I did my own research on it, came to my own conclusions about it. And yeah, so I tried weed for the first time. And after trying it for a few times with friends, I actually noticed that I was never getting headaches anymore. And it was one of those things that it was so prominent throughout my weekly activities that, oh, boom, a headache's coming. It's like, oh, I already know that's going to happen. But then as I started like slowly smoking weed, I got no headaches at all. And then obviously, being a younger teenager, you just start smoking all the time with your friends. You go to eat somewhere, right before you eat, smoke a joint, eat a shitload of food. Oh, you feel full. What are you going to do? Smoke another joint, help you digest. So that was kind of the cycle I was going throughout high school and up until about pretty much now. So the main reason I'm taking this tolerance break is basically just to figure out like my own body. And because the thing is that I noticed is the first day after I took the tolerance, like I stopped smoking, I noticed right away that I was having trouble eating. Not too much trouble, but it was taking me longer than usual to fall asleep. And I was also like having hot flashes, if that makes sense. Like randomly I would feel really, really warm and start sweating. And then 1 minute later I'll feel kind of like cold and chills. And I'm going to kind of get into why I think it's affecting me in this way. Many people say, oh, you don't get any weed withdrawals or anything like that. That's kind of true, depending on what type of user you are, how frequently it is, and how much you smoke. For example, me, I dab about 3 to 8 dabs per day, give or take, depending if I'm not doing anything that day, or if I'm busy all day, I might just take 3 dabs throughout the day. So everyone smokes a different amount. Some people watching this video might be like, holy shit, man, 6 to 8 dabs a day, you're fucking crazy. And some people watching this are like, the hell is that, dude? I'd smoke like 20, 30 dabs a day. But yeah, so what I kind of tried doing my own research on my own body and how it reacts without THC and cannabis. So what I noticed is that when I stopped, I was having a lot of trouble just waking up, just eating breakfast. I would feel like I wouldn't be able to eat. I would feel full, feel bloated, lots of gas inside of me. And the reason this is, I believe it's because throughout my years of smoking, I kind of accustomed my body to only be able to eat after I smoke. So once you condition your body to do that, basically what you're doing to your body is you're not making your brain send signals to your stomach or, release sleeping chemicals in your brain to help you fall asleep. So what's happening is your brain's shutting off all these mechanisms because it's relying on the THC and the weed to kickstart your hunger, your sleep, regulate your body temperature. So that's why I'm getting like heat sweats and stuff like that. Also, another thing too that I kind of noticed that will, like I said, these effects and withdrawals, I'm not saying that this is like heroin or anything, but you do get very, very, very minor like withdrawal symptoms. But yeah, like it's just kind of weird because I've been such a steady smoker for probably the past 4 years, and I never noticed anything like this. Like, because obviously, you wake up, you hit a dab, all right, go eat breakfast because you're starving. After breakfast, chill out a bit, comes lunchtime, hey, maybe take another dab, eat lunch, whatever, right? So you kind of accustom your body to not use certain mechanisms and chemicals and certain processes that your body would normally do without the use of cannabis or, CBD, THC, whatever. So over the years, I believe I just accustomed my body to always needing weed to do certain everyday functions. And now that I'm on day 3 of the tolerance break, I already noticed that my appetite's coming back. I can sleep no problem. No more heat sweats. Another thing I was kind of noticing is if you're like trying to focus on something, or this one's very hard to explain, but the best way I can explain it was the other day I went to the bank, was waiting in line to just get some money out from the teller, and I was just standing there, just waiting, not running around like playing with my fingers, like oh my god, like I'm on cocaine withdrawal or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm just sitting there waiting, and I just started feeling very, very hot and uncomfortable, like I needed to take off my jacket, and then my thoughts started like racing and started feeling like almost like anxiety for like 10 seconds, and then after that, it's just like boom, you kind of snap out of it. And I think personally, these are my views and my own research on my own body. Like I said, weed affects everyone differently, but what I think that is when you're high all the time and you're used to being stoned, not 90% of the day, but let's say, 50% of the day, 40% of the day, you accustom your body to be always calm, always relaxed, always this. Like, it's always going to be the same chemicals and emotions flowing through your body. So once you remove that mood regulation and body temperature regulation that cannabis does, your body kind of forgets how to like process thoughts, how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with certain things. So if you notice that you stop smoking and certain things are like blatantly obvious, like why is this happening to me? This never happened before. Maybe you're just using weed to help you cope with an issue that you have outside of using cannabis. You know what I'm trying to say? But I'm not saying that weed's like to mask all your problems or anything like that. Weed has medicinal benefits and very good like healing powers for certain people. But what I'm trying to get with this video is if you abuse it, it doesn't help you in the long run, is what I'm saying. So what this tolerance break for me right now is I want to get back into just the normal routine of life, waking up, being able to eat breakfast properly, being able to eat lunch properly, and being able to sleep properly without having to get stoned all the time. And after that, which I'm starting to feel normal already, like without needing to use weed or dabs or anything like that. So I think by day 4 or 5 of this tolerance break, I'll probably get back into smoking, but I'm gonna do it differently. The way I started was probably the wrong way to approach it, smoking every time before eating, every time before sleeping, even after eating. So you kind of accustom your body to doing that, and then it won't remember the processes. I can't even speak, and I'm not even baked. But yeah, it won't remember the processes it needs to do to get normal body functioning basically. Um, but yeah, so what I'm gonna do when I start smoking is I'm not gonna be wake and baking all the time. I'm not gonna be smoking every time before I eat. It's gonna be almost like a reward for myself. So I'm gonna have to like, do tasks around the house, maybe go work out, which I'm planning to do this year, maybe get a gym membership or something like that. Cause I am kind of a skinny guy. I'm fit, like I'm not fat or anything, I'm not overweight, but just to get some muscle and some little bit healthier feeling body. But yeah, probably just gonna be doing it a little bit differently. Maybe dabbing only after I eat food, or maybe only at night with friends or stuff like that. Definitely gonna still be making weed videos. Definitely gonna still be making strain videos. Definitely gonna be dabbing. Don't think this channel is gonna be like, no, it's done now. This guy doesn't smoke weed anymore. Blah 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 blah. Trust me, I'm still gonna be making videos. Excuse me. I actually still have some shatter that I picked up like 2-3 weeks ago because I haven't been smoking the past 3-4 days. So I was thinking of doing either a strain review of those, or I'm in the process of buying another rig. Actually, it's a set. It has a rig, carb cap, and a pendant. The guy hasn't messaged me yet. I've been trying to message him and talking with him before. We discussed price. We discussed meeting up, and he hasn't messaged me. So I'm not gonna be begging him to sell me this piece. I'm not gonna be messaging him every like minute of the day. So I'm gonna see how that goes. So maybe you can expect a glass review or strain reviews. But that's basically this video on tolerance breaks. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, any feedback you guys want to know, I replied to pretty much everyone. So let me know what you guys want to see, what you guys want to hear. And yeah, hope you guys have a baked day. Hit a dab for me since I'm not dabbing, and peace.